Welcome to another episode of the Peelerz Podcast, where we discuss the nitty-gritty and pretty side of stripping with your host, Kruella Kraken and...
Bree Vybes.
Woohoo! Bree, can you explain to us who you are, what you do?
Ooh, that's a loaded question.
I know, right? How long have you been dancing? Your biggest success in dancing and something coming up, let's say.
So I've been dancing. I actually started dancing in 2020 after seeing you.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I didn't know that.
I got drunk at the club one night. It was an anniversary. So we went down to the club. We told Jay. He gave us a bottle of champagne. Pissed off my ass. You got on stage. And then Jersey's sister got on stage. And then Cassius got on stage. And
like Elvira?
Yeah. And then I got up and I was like, I can do this. I think I need to figure this shit out. That woman's beautiful. I can shimmy. And then I pested her and I took her for a dance. And I had my license a month later. I freelanced at Pete's for about 2 years, and then I hit the road May 2022.
Yeah.
I went to Gents with my Stormtrooper show and the Kylo Ren.
In my head, we talked about in the change room, I thought that you've been like a newbie because I didn't really see you on the scene until 2022.
Because I took off to the road. I didn't want to have to fight the city politics. I wanted to go out there and be a showgirl, and I didn't want to have to worry about where I was doing it. So me doing all that in Tomahawk. Me doing all that. For
the crowd that don't know, Tomahawk is what's smaller than a village? A hamlet?
Yeah.
Is a hamlet that's about 45 minutes out of town. In the middle of nowhere, it has like a bar and 4 houses.
It literally is 2 churches and a bar and a gas station.
Yeah.
And yeah, that bar, I went there like 4 times my first year. And the agency kept booking me showgirl stuff and events. That's why I was never in the city.
Isn't it only Thursdays as well?
Yeah, no, it's Fridays, Saturdays.
Oh, they do that.
So you drive out for the weekend, and you're there for the weekend because it doesn't make sense to go back and forth. But yeah, I did the first year I was supposed to, they asked me to do Stripper Olympics, but I didn't go because I was going to Brandon for the first time. And then I did Ag Days, and then I did events for a full year until it came the day I came to Shade for May the 4th.
That was your first time at Shade?
Yep,
last year.
Last year. And then everyone's like, oh, who's this girl? So, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of us were like, who's this girl? Because, the new girls, I say new girls like Bella and Mia and, Demi.
We all started around the same time.
And in my head, I'm like, they're still new, but they're not. Mia's been dancing for 3 years or 4 years now. It's not, they're not
Even
new.
Miss Kitty. Miss Kitty and I met, her first night.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? 3 years goes by so fast.
That Luna girl, too, who's a freelancer.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's going to be one of those.
Yeah,
for sure.
Absolutely.
Shout out Luna. Hopefully I can say her name. I won't be upset. So just a little clarification for everything you said there. Egg Days is the moment that you want to be working in Brandon, Manitoba.
Yeah.
It is agricultural days.
They have agricultural, imagine the tattoo expo, but for agriculture. And
Farm boys.
The bar is across the street from their version of the expo center.
And it's the only strip club too.
That town is 2 universities and an expo center, so it's nothing but events.
And their museum's shit.
Yeah.
They have in Red Deer, they have one here in Edmonton too, but people have so many options to go that it's not really that big of a thing here in Edmonton, but in small towns, Egg Days is when you want to book those small towns, Grand Prairie, Red Deer. For all the new girls, listen, you want those days.
Yeah. Country, where do you think the country playlist, I have 3 different country playlists for a reason. I have 5 country costumes because that year I just kept doing ags. And then I did, within that 12-month span, after that I was like, well, the next thing I want to do now is these contests and stuff set me up with the showgirl stuff. I want to do, at the events, I want to do competitions. Mm-hmm. So I came and I did Stripper Olympics and, Gilf.
Yeah.
With the one girl.
She did Golden Girls for her theme, and my mom still talks about this. When she describes Stripper Olympics, she always brings up the barbecue and how I blow fire. She puts her walker on the park in front of the pole and she runs at it and launches off of it onto the pole. It was so good. And it was Christina Aguilera or something we were not expecting. Britney Spears. Yeah. We were not expecting that at all.
And at the last song is Tina Turner. Tina Turner has a song about strip clubs. So I put that in there too. And then I took that up to Grand Prairie, and that's where things got crazy because they ended up taking home the title at that competition.
Yes, she is the current Miss Nude Northern.
Yes.
I am Miss Nude Alberta. She's Miss Nude Northern Alberta because it's 5 hours up or whatever.
Yeah.
And the way that our contests work is everyone assumes that you have to do these Miss Nude Northern and Southern and blah, blah, blah. And then you go to the Albertas. It's not like that. They're just separate competitions. Yeah, they just have different names.
Every competition is kind of just owned by a different group. Like, so
basically.
Yeah.
So winning a first title within 2 years of doing stage. I did that too. No big deal.
High five.
High five. Hell yeah.
Good idols.
Cheers. Cheers.
yeah. Legit though.
Hell yeah. Super proud of you for
Finally.
that.
Yeah. Thank you.
Grand Prairie is also where Bear was, and that's where I started as well. I think it's where like the legends are kind of made.
Bear gave me my first country playlist.
We should go around and make a TikTok and ask all the girls like, how many Western costumes do you have? Because I have 6.
I'm at 5.
Yeah. Well, country girls. Gotta make money somehow.
Buckle bunnies, you know.
So as a new-ish dancer.
Yeah.
New-ish. Is it everything it's cracked up to be? Do you love it? Do you hate it?
It's like everything that everybody told me it was going to be.
Good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't like, it's exciting and I'm like, don't get me wrong, I'm not going to stop. I'm going forward. I have plans. I'm an HR lady, so like smart plans. I've got my 5-year, 10-year and stuff. Mm-hmm. But like, is it hard? Oh yeah. Is it hard the way you think? Oh no.
Yeah.
You know?
And you have Miss Nude Canada coming up next week. The week after.
The week after next. Yeah.
Week after next.
I'm going out to Ottawa to compete with
some big names.
Yeah.
We got
like
Sierra and Rachel and
they were just in Houston.
Yeah.
So like, which honestly is my end goal. So I love to meet these girls and pick their brains and
to go to the EDIs.
Yeah.
Oh
absolutely.
yeah. Oh my God.
Absolutely.
Oh, it was so insane. Me, Jolene, Anya, Michaela all went to Vegas and seen the EDIs, and this was after being severely disappointed at Miss Nude World.
Yeah.
Because they just kind of let anybody do the contest, which is not how contests should be. Oh. And oh my God, Autumn Night. What? Kay. What is that she can do with her body?
Okay, like, so you saw that she got the title this year, right?
Yes.
She deserved it.
Yeah, she's insane. If anyone,
she's amazing.
If you're into pole dancing, exotic dancing, anything like that, look up Autumn Night because she is...
You're about to have your mind exploded because I've never seen a body exist like that.
Yeah. It snaps in half and she's still smiling.
And
like,
she's like, to be so flexible and so strong and the smile while she's doing it, like...
Well deserved. Absolutely.
Incredible.
Goal one day, for sure.
Absolutely.
And I'd like to meet her.
Absolutely.
So fucking nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so I thought a fun little game for us.
Yeah.
A fun little game. Because we've both been in many lap dance rooms all across Alberta, somewhat across Canada. Have you ever done Winnipeg other than Brandon?
No. Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
BC?
Just Cranbrook.
Just Cranbrook? Okay, so you've been to all the small town places.
Yeah.
We're going to pretend that we're customers at each other. So I'm going to say or ask her one thing that I think a customer would ask her, and I'm going to give her the opportunity to answer it how she would want to answer it. First, she can do her customer voice one, and then she can answer it how she wants to.
Okay, perfect.
And she can do the same to me.
Okay.
So, my name's Steve.
Hi, Steve.
I just bought 2 dances. That's important here.
That is an important information.
I just paid for 2 dances and bitched about the cost the whole time. So, honey, do you ever like white chocolate?
I'm a buckle bunny, baby.
Now, if you could be honest, what would you say?
Get away from me. I mean, I'm from Alberta. What do you think? It's white or white? Please.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Buckley. Hey. Buckley. She literally was like in her purse looking for drugs.
Well,
she thinks something's in there.
There is something in there, but you definitely don't want to eat them.
Buckley.
Hey. Chill.
Come here, Stinky. Yes, you smell bad. Okay, your turn.
My name is Evan. Evan. I'm headed to Coachella last weekend, and I've purchased you for an hour.
Ooh! Okay.
Do you ever think you'll fall in love?
When they try and get deep, that's a good one. Oh, fuck. Oh, I thought you were going to bring up tattoos right away.
No, we'll get there.
What was the question again?
Do you ever think you'll fall in love?
So, oh my God, there's so much to unpack here.
Mm-hmm. As a dancer?
I'd probably say, I think I'm falling in love now.
Perfect.
Or something like, anything's a possibility. While looking at them and like doing the blank. But if I could say anything, I'd be like, why the fuck do you assume that I just can't? Like, is that just, and that happens a lot. It's usually like an old white dude is like, oh, one day you'll find your guy or you'll be in love one day. And you're like, you didn't even ask if I had a boyfriend. You're just assuming that I'm sad and lonely.
Yeah, you just assume I'm lonely because I'm here. Like, what?
Yeah. Well, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Fuck, that's funny. Oh, okay.
Okay, ready?
My name's Earl. Earl got 2 hours, but he's mad about it. The bartender isn't coming quick enough.
Okay.
He goes, is your hair even real? Is it real or are you fake? Are these real? And points at your tits.
Well, they're only a year old. Look what I can do with them now.
Good answer. Good answer. For some reason, guys will buy out someone with fake, obviously fake boobs, beautiful, nicely done boobs, and be like, oh, they better be real. And you're like, why are you upset? Yeah. Like, why are you upset now?
But it's true because, like, people really think it's all real.
They do.
All of it. Mm-hmm. These are extensions. So I can take them out. So I can do the competitions and pour glitter in my hair, take them out and wash them, put them back. But they think it's all real. So let's go with it, you know? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay.
I had a matching dread mohawk too. And when Jake bought us out last night, he's like, I can see why you guys are friends. She looks like old you. I'm like, adorable.
Adorable. Which is funny because, like, I don't know if there was a girl with, I know her, she's on Instagram. I can't remember her dancer name, so I'm not going to say it, but she had green dreads, and she was freelancing at Shade in 2020, and that was one of my, like, oh, so you can have dreads and be a dancer. So
I know who you're talking about. Great dancer.
Yeah.
I feel like we can say her name. Wednesday Addams is a phenomenal dancer. She's the whole reason that I learned
she
how to
was
dance.
Wednesday?
Yeah.
I never knew her as Wednesday. I've only known her as her Instagram name, so I had no idea.
Which is,
right?
Daddy?
Nope.
Are we thinking Odessa?
Yeah. I think so. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Odessa did have green hair too. Yeah.
Because I'm like, I always had somehow missed the existence of Wednesday Addams, so I didn't get a chance to meet her. But yeah. Odessa.
Wednesday made some tricky decisions, guys. Don't get inmate numbers tattooed across your knuckles. Because the dancing that this bitch could do. She could start at one end of the stage and she'd just walk around the pole on her hands and then go to the middle and then spin. And I'm still trying.
On your hands?
On her hands. I'm still trying to get this.
Yeah.
And I like tweak my back a lot trying to get this. She is.
Getting handstands is hard.
Mm-hmm.
Incredible.
She's a great dancer.
There's so many people I missed.
Yeah.
Let's bring back the era of crazy.
What are some names that you haven't seen? That you've heard of?
Surprisingly, Sierra.
Yeah. She doesn't dance here.
Janine Jericho.
Yeah.
Nia Nebula.
Yeah.
I've worked with Ella. Well, who else was on my list?
You ever hear of Darla?
I really want to meet Dirty Darla.
Yeah.
God, there's another one that, like, there's two that, like, I met and I never, like, I got to work with them, but I never got to appreciate how cool they were. I did get to meet, like, the one we were talking about the other day, the one who taught me my shoulder inverts.
Oh yeah.
And then like another one that, but like again, because I met them after, like I never knew their dancer names, so I never got to see them dance, and that's what I would have wanted to know.
Yeah.
To see them on the stage. So it's been hard. Like there's girls that I'm looking forward to now. There's girls that, like, oh gosh, who have I been wanting to? Honestly, I feel like everyone I wanted to work with, I kind of ended up meeting last year at Strip Olympics. Like,
all that's left
is to cross the border. Like,
good luck. See previous episode for advice on that, or horrible advice on it. Who fucking knows? The one thing I did learn from talking about Darcy is that if you go early enough, you can really just sit there and argue with them if they have nothing on you.
Okay. Because,
like, to me, she really made me believe that, like, it's done and over. You're never going to the States ever again. And I was like, it's not true.
My one friend said there's Bree luck and there's bad luck and then there's Bree luck. So I'm fully prepared to, like, wait because I want to be prepared to even make that journey. So, like, if it takes me 2 or 3 years to finally have that, to be comfortable enough to sit down and book that flight, then so be it. At the same time,
you think 2 or 3 years until you go to the States?
At the same time, do you think I applied for 3 or 4 different showcases this fall? Maybe.
I'm like, because you'll get them, and if you need references, obviously.
Yeah, good to know.
Absolutely, me and Anya would definitely go to bat for you. I don't know who else they'd know.
Darcy.
Yeah. Do the contest know Darcy?
No. But, like, again, like, I know, like, there's a Sierra and Ella, too.
Yeah, and it just takes a few good references of
Yeah.
like really good entertainers to, you know, get in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always forget, like, I've always known these girls, and I go to them for, like, can I ask you a quick question? And then I never want to bug them with anything again because you guys are awesome. But now I'm coming into this space, and I'm realizing we're all human. Mm-hmm. We're all human, and this is, our job is performing, and we have the similar experiences. So it's interesting to talk to people. Yeah.
No, it is. It's a huge learning curve. You're doing great, that's for sure.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see your stripper Olympics. You're doing it, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
What's your theme? Can you say or no?
No. Damn. Is the costume ordered? Yes. Are the props here? Yes. Have you seen them? No.
I've never seen this show.
Nope.
Good sigh, Buckley.
Hey, baby.
But yes, you're just.
Am I working on it? When I do it, will you recognize it? Yeah. But.
Is it another funny thing? She just has this Urkel show and like. The same with the Golden Girls. Like, who the fuck thinks of that?
That was
you know?
Jay. He looked at me and he was like, okay, baby.
Buckley. Buckley.
Buckley.
Buckley.
Yeah, okay, that's
Go to your
enough.
bed. Go to your bed, Buckley. I love kissing. Buckley!
Hey, get out.
Get out. Hey, go to your bed.
Who else wants some of that later?
Some guys, you're going to be dancing on some guys like, oh, you taste like dog. Taste, smell. They should never be tasting us.
No.
Oh, my God, no.
Should never know what I taste like. Nobody.
Yeah. Speaking of weird tastes. Sorry. Weird people. We got bought out last night, and these people made us believe that, I don't know, they were the CIA
They were the
or
king
something.
of evading questions, and their answers were unique.
Yeah. I've known him for a
Very.
while, and he works autopsies on people.
Yeah.
And things like that. He definitely works on dead people, but he couldn't like tell us anything this time, and it was creepy.
When we went upstairs, and I was initially like, I turned around and I'm like, so what do you do? And his answer was so that I literally decided to not ask him any further questions for the rest of the night.
Oh. He also had a pet raven at one time, and I was like, why aren't we
Yeah.
talking about this the whole time? Like, the fuck?
Split dicks.
And split dicks. Have you guys heard this? Okay, so I'll say his name. I don't care. I used to work with a little feller in a tattoo shop named Tyler. And when I got my tongue split, he was drunk one night, hitting on me and be like, oh, yeah, my dick split. He was willing to show me a picture. Not only that, my friend dated him. So I know this is real. This isn't him just
So
talking.
why though?
I don't know. But he goes, I split my dick. And I'm like,
What?
what? And he's like, well, you can't cut it in half because like the veins have to stay. So it's more butterflied. And he was more than willing to show me a picture of this thing. And I didn't know. No. Who wants to see a dick cut in half? Like, I didn't know if it was a fresh picture or a healed picture or anything. Didn't want to ask any
I mean,
questions.
like, if you wanted to whip it out and it was hard, I would look at it then. But even then, like,
do you fold it together to put it in?
I mean, like the tulip's like that, right?
Yeah.
So like, but like, I imagine, but
why? Why?
and that was what kind of like brought on the conversation. I remember reading a Reddit once with this guy, asked me anything, I was born with 2 dicks. So it's like his balls are here and he just has like 2 dicks. And he's done porn and he's like he was talking about like how he's had sex with like multiple women at the same time because they both can. And it like, I would definitely fuck a guy with 2 dicks. I would not want to see a split dick at all.
No. Well, mutilated. Why would you mutilate your genitals?
I guess mutilation
really?
first. That was the other question. Mutilation versus like the freak show stuff. If you're gonna commit to
mutilation versus art. Is it a statement piece or is it he's just weird? Because to me, the fact that he only brought it up then and there, hitting on me, makes it definitely like a fetish thing for him. I think maybe. Like. After he dated my friend, I had a million questions about it. But the thing is, I also didn't bring this up in front of the customers because I didn't want to get too deep in this conversation. But she thought in her head, because he had a crush on me back in the day, that we had like this unspoken like sexual chemistry or like frustration that never got taken out. So when I did start to ask questions about his dick, she was kind of like, why do you want to know? I'm like, because it's cut in half, bro.
Yeah.
I want to know how the fuck it works. Show me. Like, do you fold it together like a hot dog bun and put it in? Or does he like it the opposite way and he likes being in pain? Or did he have to get a skin graft?
Because that's like the next thing is like, what about the skin?
The skin.
Like did you sew it on? Like, did you remove it to like, like that part in the middle? Like, but at the same time, like, what if there isn't skin? Because like circumcised dicks don't have skin.
Yeah.
So.
And it just has like a thin layer of nerves on it?
That'd be even worse.
I don't know. I also have a feeling that it wasn't nearly as extreme as he said it was. And maybe he like cut the tip or something. And like that was it.
Yeah.
And they just really kept going with this story that he had a butterfly dick.
Because like a cut tip wouldn't be too crazy. It'd be painful, but like visually, it'd be
odd.
Yeah.
I'd be mad at it. You know, seems like it's mad at you. It's like, nah, with its mouth open. And like, wouldn't it leak all the time?
Because that's the other question, like through the urethra?
Yeah. And where do you jizz?
How do you come? How do you pee? Like, we're like...
I want to find him on Instagram and be like, hey, you want to come on a podcast?
Find us after this.
Oh, I haven't talked to him in like
episode.
20 years or more. No, how old am I? 32.
Yeah.
So this was like 10, 15 years ago. Like, so even to find him, all I know is his first name's Tyler and he's very, very short. But I laughed so hard if someone in the comments was like,
I feel like someone's going to comment and he's going to show up because I need to know I need to know. Tyler. What's
your dick look like? Does it work? Does it get hard?
I'm going to need some anatomical diagrams.
Does it breathe? I have so many questions. I've never pierced a dick. I used to be a piercer, by the way. I've never pierced one because we had an all female shop.
Yeah.
And there's lots of guys who just do it for like the fetish part of it where they just like the pain. They'll even take it out and get it redone.
Really?
Oh,
Is that like, so I was going to say the next question, you say you were a piercer, so have you done hanging suspensions?
I've been around them and witnessed them. I haven't done them to myself. I've lifted my friend up.
Yeah.
I know that there's definitely like the rush of adrenaline gives you like all these endorphins and they feel like they're flying high and stuff. But then I've definitely noticed some weirdos. The weirdos that like
it's like Pain Olympics level, like
yeah. They want to feel something from it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that I promised everyone I wasn't going to burp on this podcast, and they're like, sorry.
I feel like we should do a segment of just like drinking and burping.
Only bring on our crushes, but every time they ask us a question, we just belch. Just make them feel really small.
So sexy.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Next. I had questions sent to me on Instagram.
Oh, yes, these. Okay, one of them I'm like ready to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
No, we already had a shower.
Buckley?
We already had a shower, bub.
Buckley?
We already had a shower.
Buckley, my sweet angel.
My sweet bub. Yeah, no.
Buckley, sweet angel, over there.
Yeah, I've had the love.
I know, you're so stinky, too. I stink. Ooh, Mia's a hottie.
Yes, she is.
Let me see. Mia's a hottie.
Yes, she is. I'm still laughing about the scissors.
Yeah. Ooh, I just got another question, too.
Oh, good.
Okay, we'll start at the top. First question. Star Wars?
So May the 4th is coming.
Yeah, May the 4th is coming.
Yeah.
I know nothing about Star Wars.
Yeah.
I do know that I used a guy's Star Wars shirt and I came on it. He was wearing it. I was squirting. What is he like? I make a joke about how it's his only shirt all the time because every time I seen him that weekend, he was wearing that shirt.
That is actually hilarious, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I want to make cum rags, and now I want to make Star Wars cum rags and
Amazon. You can make cum rags. Customized cum rags on Amazon. So Star Wars.
I should do that tonight. Now that I could get that done tonight. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, just send it into Amazon. You can do blankets. I should order a blanket tonight too. So we'll remind each other later that we have to get custom shit.
Hey Siri. I'm not wearing any of my stuff.
Is my phone going to do that? Because it's the iPhone now.
No, because it only listens to you.
Oh, it knows my voice.
I used to work at the Apple Store.
Hi, Buckley. You're so sweet. I love you. Yeah, so Star Wars doesn't really question. Thanks for that, Matt. You didn't help whatsoever.
No.
This question, love it. I appreciate it. It is so awesome. Of course, in a perfect world, we can say all these hypotheticals of like how it would be perfect, which is basically not working. How not to behave when buying out a girl. Making her dance the entire hour.
Yeah.
A buyout
yeah.
is an hour at Shade. Some people think buyouts are like 4 dances or more or half an hour or whatever. In our culture, buyout means that someone bought you for an hour. You get a booth, you get drinks, you hang out, you go for dances, you go back and forth. But to make a girl dance for the entire hour?
Honestly, like that, to me, the idea of a buyout is breaking it up. Like you have the chance of being in the booth. Like that's the idea of that's to me buyout. Mm-hmm. That means you're going back and forth because you have that experience of sitting down and drinking and having a conversation and getting like a little, unwind, relax. And then also including like that intimate sensual. It's still sexy and fun and intimate, but it's not just dancing. To make a person dance, that's crazy.
That's how you get injuries, is like doing the same repetitive motion in a very small room.
Yeah.
That definitely leads to injuries. It also leads to like boringness, and another thing that is not to do in a buyout is getting mad at the girl for not doing more in the dance, especially as the dance progresses. People assume that the more you spend, the more things will happen to you in the lap dance room.
Yeah, no.
In a sense, like if you get one song, I'm probably going to be at the other side of the room.
Yeah.
But if you have an hour, we're dancing in front of you, but it's not going to eventually lead to you taking off your pants. It's not going to eventually lead to me fingering myself.
I'm not going to be inserting. I'm not going to be touching, kissing, like my face and body parts, like, hands. You get this.
Yeah.
A little bit of this. But that's about as like,
The intimate part is getting to know us.
Yeah.
Because usually like intimate talk does come up, especially, oh my God, ask a guy, tell me a secret. And the shit I've heard recently, oh my God, it's insane. Like deep level shit. And you can just meet someone for a night. They'll go home, forget your name, you forget their face, everything about them.
And sometimes you remember the secrets.
Yeah. I remember the secrets.
Oh, Pete's once. There was a guy, and he was complaining about we were sitting there on a bar, and he was complaining about his 3 dogs. And I was like, why complain about your 3 dogs? If you bought all these dogs, why would you complain about it? Because I didn't buy them. I just have them. Who just gets 3 dogs? Remember, this is 2020. Mm-hmm. They're not my dogs. What do you mean they're not your dogs? Then give them up for adoption. Well, my wife died, and then my daughter died, and she had 2. So I have their dogs.
Oh.
Let's drink. Want to go for a dance?
Yeah. Oh my God. One time a guy, he's like, oh yeah, you remind me of my wife, this and that. And I was like, oh, it's a sign that we should go longer. And he got to another hour. And then at the end of that hour, it's like almost like his wife's spirit was there, because I was like, oh, what's your sign? He's like, my wife is a Capricorn and I'm a Libra or something. And I'm like, oh, Capricorn. December, January, he goes December. And then he says December 29th. I'm like, that's my birthday. So it's weird that I'm like her, and I'm like, we should get another hour. He's like, okay, like tearing up a little bit. I'm like,
those are my favorite.
Those are my favorite, when you can actually like fulfill something emotionally for some guy, because a lot of the reason that they're spending that money and looking for this like validation is something deep down.
Honestly, for me, like a lot of times, like if you're buying more time, you are getting intimacy, but intimacy does not mean touching. It is 100% going to be some psychological intimacy, and I promise you that.
Yeah.
Like I will find a way. We'll have enough of a light conversation, but at some point we'll find a touching moment. I remember there was one guy. He's still on my Snap. I'm sure he'll even watch this once I tell him it's out. But like we had a conversation, because he had a separation. And he wouldn't take off his ring because he was so committed to his wife. And we had a really long conversation. And I remember him taking off the ring after that. And the next time I was in town, he was rip-roaring excited to run up to me on day 1. Look, I'm still not wearing it.
Oh, that's so sweet. That really is.
Like
it is though.
Like life-changing. He had all of this stuff built up, and then we spent an hour together having one conversation, and he's suddenly moving on.
Yeah. And like all it takes is some like an outside perspective, and sometimes that outside perspective is a chick who's showing her asshole. Yeah, and that's and people do feel vulnerable.
Yes,
when we're naked in front of them, they feel she's vulnerable. I need to be vulnerable too, and they just start pouring their secrets out. The last guy I asked what his secret was, me and Megan and Francesca were all bought out. So 3 girls, like the goofiest time in the world. Like we're just giggly. Not even being sexy, just like being goofy, loving it, complimenting our bodies, all about women, has a wife. And we're like, tell us the secret. No hesitation at all. Because usually guys go like, oh, I don't have secrets. Oh, I'm an open book. You hear that every time. Ask them a 3rd time and they will tell you. He goes, I confessed my feelings for my best friend and he rejected me, and we're both married to women. And we're like, thinking it's a joke. He's like, no, his name's Paul. And like I don't know if his name is Paul, but just told us everything about how he's had feelings for him.
I wouldn't expect that.
I know. And like, so we're like, oh, so you're gay? He's like, I'm not gay for anyone else. He's like, actually, gay sex kind of repulses me. Even the fact that I'd eventually have to do it with him.
You don't, though. You can be in love with someone and not have to have.
And that's what he said. He's like, but he turns me on. He excites me. I like being around him. And he's like, I'm worried I ruined our friendship. I don't want to ruin our marriages. He's like, I love my wife, but I've never felt this way other than him. He's like, I've never felt anything towards any man. And then I met him. Buckley, stop being such a turd. She's like, I'm gay too. I'm gay. I love it. I'm so gay. So yeah, it's very touching. We can actually, I don't know, help someone get that release. I don't want to say we're helping them, but it is getting some kind of release, getting that off your chest.
Yeah.
Saying a secret.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because like, yeah, if you're going to be in a buyout, if you're going to be with someone for a long time, it is 100% not just about looking at, like, you kind of get bored of just staring at someone after like 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So that's when you have to start like using those skills.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Being closed off, like the question was what not to do. Yeah. Being closed off is a big one. If a girl's asking you questions and you judge her on those questions, like, it's kind of like, I ask what your sign is and you go, you're one of those. I'm just trying to start conversation. And it's a very easy question to ask. It's harmless, you know?
I'm just trying to make, and that's the other thing, like, what not to do. Don't assume, like, I understand that we all know that we're there to work, but remember that we're all people. Like, I'm just trying to make conversation, bro.
Yeah, and like some girls are good at the sexy and some aren't, and you should know that within the first 3 songs of your dancer if they're going to be all the sexy or all the talk, and definitely play into what suits you and the situation, and just don't be a dick about it. Yeah, of course you are the one paying, absolutely, but to sit down and instantly demand something of a woman when what you're buying is a lap dance. Yeah. So anything on top of that, getting to know them, going for drinks, all this shit is like bonus, right?
While we're touching on that, if we're going to talk about what not to do, if you do go into a dance with someone and you're wanting to have, like, say you have a sexy girl and you wanted a conversation, and you're getting through the second song and you're like, I wonder if I can sit down and just say like less of the dancing. Is there or vice versa? Is there a good way of going about it without feeling offended on either end?
A good way of
like, what's your nicest way of like a customer being like, I'd rather see you dance more, or I'd rather sit and talk? Sit and talk is always easy. It's get up and do this. There's always a way. I think there's got to be a really nice way to do it.
I do have a customer who absolutely loves big old titties, and he likes buying out the features. And he says, like, we'll go and have a drink, because I do have to specify. He's one of the guys who will get you for a few hours, and he really, really likes dancing. Yeah. And he just says, like, listen, like, I am rarely here, and I just fucking love the way that you guys dance. Yeah. And it's, like, always the same 3 girls, and I get it. And we all dance a specific way, and he likes looking at our tits, and that's completely fine. And he does it in a complimentary way, which is fucking needed. Absolutely. He doesn't demand. And obviously when I need a break or I look sweaty, he's like, let's go get a drink. Let's sit down. But I'm not dancing the whole entire time. And he's not going like, dance monkey. Yeah.
Show more.
Show less. Show more and less at the same time. Hide it. Show it. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
What else not to do in a buyout? Buyouts are so specific because like we could go on and on about what not to do in a dance, but a buyout. Running away from us, starting a fight with other dancers, insulting
other dancers
while we're watching the girls on stage. Yeah. It's not a compliment to tell me that I'm better than anyone or look better than anyone. That's fucking, just say I'm hot.
Yeah, we're all hot. Like, like we're all friends. Like we all know each other. We don't know each other. You know, it is not fun to sit there and hear someone complain about everybody else in the club. Like it doesn't. Like, I understand why they do it, because they probably think there's that animosity, but, like, I don't.
And they, like, if they think it's a big contest between us, and that there's, we're all angry and competing against each other. We all hate each other in the back, or we're all making out in the back. It's either or. There's no in between.
It's one or the other.
But I don't know. As soon as someone says that to me, I know that you're going to go to the next girl and be like, you're hotter than her, or you're thinner than her, or you're more muscular, or you're this.
Yes.
Why are you even comparing me to anything? It's fucking weird.
You're like, and that's the thing. It's like if they say that to you, they're going to say that to everybody. Yeah. So like it's.
And why are you comparing us? If you really want me to think that that's a genuine compliment, being like, even if you really need to compare in any way, just say, you're the best dancer I've seen.
Yeah. I really liked your blah show. Yeah. Or when you did blah. That was amazing. Then it's like, you know, okay, but just you're the best one here. No, that's not it.
Another thing not to do in the lap dance room in a buyout, because they're getting to know the girl, is assuming they have a boyfriend a little too much. You get those guys that go like, oh, you have a boyfriend. No, you definitely have a boyfriend. You definitely 100% have a boyfriend. No, you're lying to me. You have a husband.
Especially when like we're single.
Yeah.
I've been single for a year. I don't really date. Actually, I went on a date this week, but I don't date. Like, I'm happy poly. I'm just like single poly, living my life, working my shows.
And you know what I always say too is, because it shows like if they're arguing about it, my answer is always, because they're being misogynistic. They really are. They're just like, oh, a hot woman has to have a man. She can't exist without one.
Yeah.
I always go like, who would date a stripper? Like, you wouldn't, right? And they always go, oh, yeah. And it's like, or they go, oh, I wouldn't, I'll save you. Like, it's one or the other.
But when we get to that, I usually will like, okay, so we're literally in like almost like a pre-recorded conversation. So I can either sit here and complain that he's talking to me like this, or I can just play along just to shut him up.
Yeah.
Because this is the fantasy he's looking for, I guess. So let's
And we do play along a lot.
Yeah.
We do, which is nice that it's never really used against us, except, oh my God, speaking of, someone posted me online on a Are We Dating the Same Girl page, which is so insulting because I've been so single and been talking about how my fucking pussy basically has spider webs on it. And you're like, oh, insinuating I have 2 boyfriends? I wish, bitch. I wish I had 8. Shut up.
There is no one that's been fucking more people than someone who's actually like halfway celibate.
Yeah.
Bro.
And then they write, this is obviously a customer who wrote this and obviously was not happy with their buyout or the fact that I didn't get my number after. It goes, she's going to manipulate you out of money and treat you like trash. And it's like probably someone that I had to put my foot down and say like, you don't get to talk to me just because you spent money on me.
Yeah.
Because there's no way it was about my exes. Everyone thought it was my ex. My ex is way too French. He like, even the way that they wrote it and stuff and the mannerisms, it didn't
sound like him.
Oh, absolutely not.
No.
And I don't think he would. And even getting a picture of my Tinder and like it's someone who obviously I blocked on Instagram or is too old to know how Instagram works.
The fact that they just random, like, because like to pull your photo up from Tinder, it's not like you can just go to Tinder and it's there unless they have you in your inbox.
They had a screenshot of it. And the thing is, we think we know who it is because when I was in Kelowna, it was a Kelowna customer. Oh. And I ironically matched with him on Tinder quite a while ago. And he was mad because I posted a screenshot on my page being like, LOL, I'm so bad at flirting. It was me asking all these guys if they had dogs.
I remember that.
But his picture was there. And he's like, you fucking outed me, this and that. I'm like, I didn't say, your name isn't there.
Nobody saw the photos.
And the picture's like you standing far away in a lake holding a fish. It could have been anybody.
Like, it was just like this.
Yeah.
Like,
but if you're going to try and slam a girl online, maybe don't use a picture of a stripper and go, she manipulated me out of money, because they got roasted. Like, I'm sure I did too. Don't want to see the comments, guys. Don't come at me. But like, come at a buyout with a realistic expectation. Just because you spent a lot of money on us, we are not suddenly your wives. We don't have to put up with your abuse. We can absolutely leave the buyout. If it's in reasonable time, you get your money back. But if you're going to be a dick for the whole hour and then leave after the hour, you don't get your money back. That doesn't mean anyone was manipulated. It just means that you thought you could manipulate me to date you, and it didn't work.
Fine. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So if you're using a buyout to try and get a girl in the pants,
wrong start.
It's not going to work, most likely. It will not work. All right. What not to do in a buyout? I think we covered kind of basically everything. Be polite. Be nice. Tipping isn't mandatory when you're already spending a lot of money, but oh my God, do we love it?
Please.
Yeah.
You know why, though? Because the tips, we don't have to share the tips with the club. Everything we get on stage, we do have to like tip out for that. Mm-hmm. Everything that when we do go for dances, that's like kind of our relationship with the club, the dances, you know?
Yeah.
So like we have to share some of that. But the tips, that's your way of it's the same as going to the Fringe Festival. You put on a really great show. I appreciated your time. Here you go.
Yeah.
That's it, like, you know?
Yeah. So absolutely not mandatory, but always welcome. Like, the only time I say tipping is fucking mandatory is when you're sitting on front row.
Absolutely. You don't sit there for free.
In a bio, what not to do, tipping is awesome. Also, not tipping is completely fine. We're not going to hold that against you ever. Yeah. Most of my regulars don't tip me at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, on stage, of course, but yeah, in a lap dance, no. This question pissed me off, and I ripped him a new asshole because
I feel like this is the one I'm ready for.
Yeah, it's just like, who hurt you and what do you mean? Because it obviously is. Yeah. So, the economy and how its effects on exotic dancers and how they could care less.
Again, may I mention that I don't even have a house right now. So tell me again that exotic dancers don't even care. It's not that we don't care. We knew that the economy was in the bed last year when nobody was showing up to anything. But we didn't talk about it because it's not going to get people back in the clubs to complain.
Yeah.
We, amongst each other, there was a lot of rallying to see how we can get things better and, you know, help each other. But is it something we're going to turn out towards the government or turn out towards the bars or the clubs? Or what's screaming about it going to do?
And
we're all struggling.
I think this is someone who came into the club and someone said, do you want to go for an hour? And it's $5.50. And he went, you don't care that I'm broke. And like, the thing is, there is dancers that will gut you for every last penny, even if like the 140 package doesn't work, they'll try 100. And if that doesn't work, they'll try 2 dances. And if that doesn't work, they'll try 1. If something doesn't go through and it's like a young kid and I can see they're sweating a little bit, I'm not taking your grocery money, go home.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
That's our job, to sell dances. Doesn't mean that we don't care about the economy and we're not noticing it. Of course we notice it. We're all going home with far less money than we used to.
Yeah.
A dramatic amount.
Even from 2020 to now, 2020 was crazy. There was 5 months of that year where I wasn't even working. It was my first year in dancing, and that was my introduction to the industry. And I'm still sometimes making less than that still at this point. But it really depends on what's going on.
Yes. And the hockey games help and whatnot.
Oh, yeah.
But to put it in perspective, and say that we don't care. That's wild. No. Absolutely wild. Like the fact that it's almost degrading now that we're making so less when it used to be so much.
And the expectations are still super high.
Yeah.
We still are putting on the same level and caliber of show. We're still expecting
to
travel. They're getting better. We're expecting
Shows
to travel. So the travel dancers, all of the costs of being on an airplane, our accommodations, I just finished paying for the Airbnb and the flight to go to Ottawa. I'm not getting paid to be in Ottawa. It's a competition.
Yeah.
So tell me again about the economy, how we don't care. All of it affects us. All of it.
Every part of it. There used to be, put it into perspective like this, there used to be posters. Even when I started, there was posters on the wall. I haven't seen them since about 2 years ago. So the original poster said, be a dancer.
It's still there. It's in the bathroom at Diamonds in Fort Mac.
Of course it's there, yeah. They do need dancers because there's not many people up in Fort Mac anymore. But it's a poster that said, want to become a dancer. And it used to say about $7,000 to $15,000 per week. And you get, you make friends and you stay in shape. And it also says free training on all of them, which I don't think there is. Yeah. But what training do you need?
So what they updated it to now is it says like health benefits, travel, and $2,000 to $5,000 a week.
It says $2,000 to $5,000 now.
But even that is like...
I make about $2,000 a week, and I'm one of the best features. The fuck? But it went from, the $7,000 to $15,000 to $5,000 to $10,000. Then we all used to laugh at that. We're like, $10,000 in a week? Who? Why? Who's... When? That's like a $5,000 week is a very, very good week for me.
Something to celebrate.
And it's something that's very, very rare. I don't think I've even had that this year.
Yeah. I honestly, I love that we're having this conversation because, I am a very flamboyant person. I buy a lot of stuff. I spend a lot of costumes, and I do a lot of things, but I don't talk about the impact of the other side of things. I don't talk about in the real life. Even just I have a daughter with Graves' disease. So taking her to appointments and paying to get her medications and stuff, all of it is affected. It's just,
and we don't get coverage in any way, shape, or form. No benefits in any way.
No, I do not have health benefits. I do not have insurance. I don't have even we took her to the eye exam. That's out of pocket, and now she's got to go to she's getting a referral to ophthalmology at Stollery. Thankfully, that's covered by the government for now, but. The way things are going, man.
It's so horrible. All that shit should be free, especially it blows my mind that a child could be suffering in any way, shape, or form medically, and that there's just not everything available for fucking free and testing available anywhere and everywhere at any time. Could go on for hours about that shit. This guy, what's his name? Fuck you, Tom.
Honestly,
Tom Riddle.
Tom Riddle. We don't agree with you.
We absolutely do not agree with you.
We don't agree with you.
Saying that we could care less, we absolutely care how much money we're making. I guess
it's important to remember, Tom, we are providing a fantasy.
Yeah.
there are, even on my Instagram, there are times where I do have a political streak, but then I remember that right now in my career, I am providing a fantasy, and that's my focus. So I'm not going to sit here and tell you how I really feel.
Yeah, and I get it. We all hate Trudeau or whatever. We hate whoever's in fucking lead at the I get it. We all get it, and we're all fucking suffering, and it's horrible.
Yeah. We're there too, man.
Yeah, but that was a very misogynistic thing to say, all strippers could care less when 4 of us.
Yeah. You probably had a bad experience with one person one time.
One person one time, and I went and looked at his following list, and he's following nothing but a bunch of us, and there's only 4 of us that follow him back. And I'm like...
Sorry, I shouldn't laugh like that.
But he's probably bought those girls out or something,
Maybe.
Or he wasn't happy with the service, or he spent too much money and then they didn't have sympathy and give it back or something. But that's not how the strip club works. And if you came in the strip club and spent money that you shouldn't have spent, it is not our fault.
On you. Ugh. Yeah, I'm not your financial planner, babe.
Yeah. The next question is butt stuff, ? I'm an anal virgin. And no one believes me. Yeah, I have a butthole tattoo. That doesn't mean that you do anal, but...
I do anal.
Most people do.
I know. Yeah. I don't anymore because I used to have a dom. I do have a dom. We're just not actively practicing.
Oh, a dom.
Yeah.
Okay.
Captain Daddy. He's a buttle captain.
I hope he has like a little fucking hat and he wears a little hat for his wiener.
I want to get him one because I think it would be a really good prize. Like, we've known each other for like 10, 15 years now. So, like,
good. Yeah. That's a good relationship then. Yeah. I don't think I'll ever do butt stuff. Sorry to anyone watching who might.
Like I said, I don't do it now. So, no butt stuff.
Yeah. No butt stuff. The guy that I was about to say seeing, but I don't want to freak him out. The guy that I'm
hanging out with.
The guy that I'm squirting on his Starwars shirt. His dick is way too fat to ever go there. And he knows that. He's like, I don't have an anal dick. Like, yeah, you.
Yeah. That's
a wide dick. My customer, Chris. He just came in the other day. He was there on Monday.
Yeah.
Hi, Chris. Sorry. I know he's going to be watching this 100%. He wants us to talk about what makes a bad customer, which kind of was that what not to do in a lap dance room.
Yeah, I feel like that pretty much covered it.
Kind of, but let's talk about the nitty gritty. Don't smell bad.
Do not come in after work. Go home and shower. My daddy is naked on top of yours. Please, like.
Yeah, and like our job is to talk to you, and we have to be close and to hear you and everything like that. And if your breath, especially Coke breath, like it's gross.
It's not good, man. Like,
yeah, the smelling bad, the having control of your friends.
Yeah.
If your one friend is being a dick, it makes the whole group look bad.
Yeah.
So don't just be like, oh, silly Tom, arguing about the economy again. Just be like, shut up, Tom. Like, we're here to respect the ladies. They're here to respect us. Everyone's going to respect each other.
Yeah.
You know?
What was I going to okay, you go, keep going. I forgot what I was going to say. It was something with the, when you're trying.
If another bad customer is leading a girl on and saying like, oh, come back, or even like last night, I'm sure he didn't mean to lead me on, but he goes like, how much is a dance? And then I told him like where the packages start, like at $140. And he goes like, oh yeah, but what about the hour? That's what I want. And I'm like, oh, it's this much. And this man already knew how much he had to spend, which was $140. So the fact that he like mocked it and laughed at it and was like, no, I want the hour. And then like every time I came by, he's like, later. I'm like, you're not even going to get it. But then at the very end of the night, he did get the $140 package. I'm grateful for any dance at all, but like you don't need to lead with that at all to impress me at all.
If you want to get a $140 dance later, please tell me that and save my time.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. I'll come back and I'll make sure that you have your $140 and you're going to have a great time. I'm not going to give you a lesser experience because you didn't get a good dance. No, you're still going to get my effort. Just be honest. Be honest.
And it is like that. And you'll notice that like the girls will get a little snippy with the guys that just go like, oh, later or after this drink or after this drink. Just say, no, babe, I don't want to dance. Yep. Or if you do want one, just admit the amount that you want. Or if you don't have money, it's all fucking good. Like I could care less. If you go up for $140 or for an hour, either way, I'm dancing. I'm making money.
Yeah.
Bad customers are the people who don't tip on front row. The even worse ones are the ones that throw limes or sanitizer bottles or anything else at us. Like that happens to Krista all the time, except the ear guy. Love you. Appreciate you.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah. Want to find you.
Yo, people throw joints on my stage and that's always allowed.
Yes. Throwing Coke at us? Come on. You're going to get us all in trouble.
Yeah.
Everyone gets kicked
That's
out.
not legal, bro.
Yeah.
So.
Obviously, like, it's fairly obvious. Be respectful to the ladies.
Yeah.
Don't gross them out.
Yeah. That's what I was going to say. The strip club is not the hangover. Strip club is not the hangover. I feel like people come in and they have that, we're at that strip club. Wah. Nope. It's still a place of work. It's still it's still a bar. Mm-hmm. Like you still can get arrested for getting out of hand and doing a bunch of drugs that you're not allowed to do.
Yep.
Like that's, there's still law. So remember that when you're asking us for stuff, when you're coming up to us.
Speaking of asking for stuff, the birthday boys or birthday girls or anything, or it's his first time, and they be like, do this now. Like, babe, I am the only stripper that does this, but when I go around and it's someone's birthday, they get one of every poster, they get one of every magnet, they get an air freshener, a pen, a sticker, a lighter, whatever the fuck else is in my bag, which is usually candy as well, and no one else gets that.
Yeah.
But if you come up and it's like, it's my birthday and you're instantly rude to me, you get whatever you paid for on stage. If you give me a $5 bill, you might get one poster or one magnet. But if you're rude and be like, you owe me this because it's my birthday.
Yeah.
I also ask them, what's your sign?
That's smart. Because like sometimes I hear like, it's my birthday, but I'm like, it's not your birthday.
It's not your fucking birthday. No. Yeah, it's not your birthday. You just want some free stuff. Yeah. So that being said, if you tell the managers that is their birthday, and it actually is, they're most likely going to get them a shot and a free dance. But if you come up to the dancer and you demand anything for free, we aren't even allowed to give you a free dance. We have to get that cleared by management.
Yeah, like they'll give us a ticket and basically write it in the books, like take care of it for us, because like it's not we don't have the ability to just give things for free in the club, like
because then we could be like, bring me a pair of Louis Vuittons and then go do dances for it, but then the club doesn't get their cut, you know,
and obviously they're not going to allow that.
Yeah, exactly. So the club, I 100% Buckley.
No, Buckley,
You're so
you are so happy.
So the club will absolutely take care of you, especially Shade. Love Shade for that. Their promo is awesome. They'll get you a free limo. They'll do all the shit for your birthday. But to come up to the dancers who are trying to work and sell things, whether it's their pussy or a poster, they're trying to make money. And if you grab them by the arm when they're talking to someone and you think you're more important, ooh, that's been a big one for me lately.
When I'm in a conversation, I'm glad that you brought that up, because when I'm in a conversation, like, you don't want to be interrupted if you're talking to me. So why would you pull me out of talking to someone? Like, I have been in a conversation that's like someone telling me something that's like running. People run up and say the craziest stuff. They'll tell me something horrible happening in their life because I just got there, like day one of the trip.
Yeah.
And then like they're just catching me up on things, and someone is like, "You're not paying enough attention." Just like grab me out of it. This person's pouring their life out to me. Can you give me 5 minutes?
Or maybe we need to make quota.
Yeah.
And like a few weeks ago at Shade, and I can't stress how much I fucking love my fans. I love you guys, and I know that you're mostly female. Love, love, love you guys. Oh my God, especially if you see my Strip Olympics show, I can't wait to talk to you about it. But if I am back to you and talking to someone and trying to make my quota, especially on a Saturday, I had a girl pull me out and go, "My friend judged your strip." I'm like, "Oh, awesome. I'm going to talk to her in a second." And I turn back and she grabs, "No, my friend, she judged your Strip Olympics show. Can you come say hi?" I'm like, "Absolutely, babe. I'm literally just talking to someone." Yeah. And it is like so rude to me to do to them and you to do to me. But love you. I want your support and I want you there and I want to hear what you have to say. Abso-fucking-lutely. But if you're grabbing me and physically removing me from talking to someone else,
not the love.
I'm going to be grumpy about it.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be grumpy to my fans because I don't dislike my fans. I fucking love my fans. But there is definitely a way to go about handling a conversation. I have all night, baby girl. I'm here all night.
Yeah.
I love talking to you guys.
I will definitely come back and hang out. I want to come back and get to know. I love having fans. Mm-hmm. Like, I love having people that like get to like watch us like grow and learn, and like, especially I'm still in that new phase. They're getting me to watch me learn and grow and stuff, and I want to interact with you, but I am still here working. Absolutely.
And even if you are pulling me around to buy me a dance, I'm still talking to someone first. I have to say that's my number one pet peeve right now, because it has happened so often where I'm trying to sell a dance or I'm about to do an hour or this or that. And I even had one girl who had a picture coupon. And I'm like, "Oh, I'll get to you, babe." I even wanted to switch my outfit because it was showing far too much nipple. I'm like, I'll get to you. Absolutely. Like, I have nothing but time. This guy's talking to me about an hour, wanting to get an hour. And he goes, "You seem busy. Go see her." And then he buys out another girl. So I lost out on making my quota because someone, I don't know, they just thought they were more important than me paying my bills, which you are important. That's the thing I'm trying to stress, is that you are important and I appreciate it so fucking much. But if I am very much talking to someone and you're standing there like this, waiting for me to finally direct my attention to you, I just need those 5 minutes to sell a dance, babe. Please, like we said, the economy is crashing. Some of us can't even make quota some weeks. Yeah. That's 40 dances, guys. It should be easy, and it's not sometimes. And that's the way the world works. Yeah. And to stop us from making that because you want a picture,
that's... yeah. That's like, I had to, back when I first started, when I was a lot more sassy, I've calmed down some. People would just come up and stand for like the longest time and just tell me how amazing and pretty and fantastic I was. And then I'd ask, like, after a while, I'd be like, thank you. Like, do you want to go for a dance or spend some time together? No, I didn't bring any money, but you're awesome. You should be doing this and this. And
you should go to Vegas.
Yeah.
I hear that every day. You should really dance in Vegas. So like the dancers are exactly the same there. There's only one time a year, the EDIs, is when they're like, buck. Yeah. Go buck, and they bring out the circus performers.
Yeah, like, and EDIs for life. But like, the amount of times I've heard like, you should be in Vegas, but like, I'm not going to tip you. You're just really, really fantastic. This is not Cirque du Soleil.
No, it's not.
You did not buy tickets to the performance.
So like, basically, being clean and smelling nice and being polite, because I promise you that we love and appreciate you so fucking much. Please. And all the followers on Instagram and I love Screech. When I'm on stage and you're screaming about my bird, you know how fucking happy that makes me? Love it. But when I get off stage and you think that, like, you are the sole person who gets all my attention all night, makes me feel like I am not a human anymore and that I'm just, like, something in your eyes that you, like, a thing. I'm just a thing.
Show pony.
Yeah, a show pony or like a zoo animal that you're like, look, I know the zoo animal.
Dance,
and it's like, yeah, I also have to make money and I also have to do my job. I have to say hi to everyone else. And like, I go to every table. I'm going to get to you guys. I love being in the pictures. I'm in most of the pictures that people take for shade. So I'll get to you guys for sure. Yeah. I really hope that like none of my fans come at me and they're like, I'm so sorry.
Because like, it's like, I really don't want to like be like, I love you having you guys around. But like, if you were at your job and you're sitting at your desk and doing your thing and I called you up for an 8-hour conversation, you would not put up with that. Mm-hmm. So that's all I'm saying.
And I don't want anyone to be messaging me and apologizing because one, I know it's pure excitement.
And I love that because I'm excited too.
And it's being drunk.
Yes.
And I'm definitely not going to put you in your place while you're at the club. And maybe like take it into consideration now. Don't apologize for it at all. Girl, you're excited to see me and I fucking love that. But just take it into consideration for next time you see me. I don't want to hear sorry from any one of my fans right now, guys. I don't want anyone to be sorry for being excited to see me. I just want you to take a step back for 1 second, realize I'm, in the nicest way, I'm not as crazy awesome as you think. I love that you're a fan, but I'm not Christina Aguilera. You're going to get a chance to see me. I'm not going to fly away. I'm not shipping myself off to go on tour. I'm not some really famous celebrity that you're never going to get the chance to see again. I'm going to be around, girl. You know, I'm going to be here, and I can't wait to meet you and see you. Please don't apologize for being excited to see me. That was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
The next question is the story of my car. It was on Kijiji, and I bought it. I was looking for a hearse.
Poet.
I sold my hearse because it had a navy interior and a purple leather top. The purple leather top I could have dealt with if the interior was black, but it was just too many colors for me.
Yeah.
Sold it. Was looking for a hearse throughout all of Canada, basically, and it popped up. The ad was only there for 3 minutes, and I messaged him 6 times. And he's like, you're so excited about it, I'm just going to remove the ad. It's your car.
Oh.
It started at, I think, $6,500. And because it needed a new something that wasn't that much to repair and towing and new tires, talked him down because I was so excited. He basically talked himself down to $2,700. I know. And it has an impressive motor or engine or however you say it.
Do you know what it is?
No, but I know it's impressive because every time I open the hood, every guy I've ever banged is like, what? You have a...
I'm a mini gearhead because before I had this car, I had a 2500 and it was lifted with turbo and like I was getting into like the car stuff pretty hard and now I've got this little thing. It's like 2.2, so I
think it has a turbo. Is a V8 good?
Yeah,
I think it's a V8 because I'm like, oh, V8 juice.
The look of the end, like the engine bay, I really want to open it up to see like
it's new and it's shiny and it looks cool.
Okay, I want to see it. I'm so excited to see this car.
Yeah, we're gonna drive to work tomorrow.
Yeah.
But then I named her Lizard, and I was driving to work right before the first snowfall, and the starter went. And
when did you get it?
Starter's game replaced a year ago.
Was it for Joe Exotic?
2 years. It's been 2 years I've had it. 3 years. Oh my God, I'm so old.
Whatever happened like that? How did 3 years pass since then?
I don't know, because everyone's like, oh, do you still have your hearse? And I'm like, oh no, I sold it last year. It's just something I was always saying, right? But it's been a long time. The owner of the hearse now is fucking rad. He does inspirational gothy talks on TikTok. But
you're so cute.
I didn't get it for Joe Exotic, but as soon as I seen the lime green interior, it's been my favorite color for a long time. I have a tattoo on my leg of a car I painted with my dad. I painted it from blue to lime green. I've always loved lime green.
Is that a Pinto?
It's a Ford Festiva.
Even better.
It was the closest thing to a go-kart that was legal. These thrones are from the oldest hotel in Saskatoon, and they had a bunch of them in a conference room. And
what's it called?
The Besbro.
The Besbro, okay.
Yeah, it's the oldest one. And these thrones lined a conference room, and I brought 2 of them. They had black leather in the back, and I changed it to lime green. I've had so much lime green stuff. Yeah, the curtains, all of it. Love the green. That's why I bought it. He gave me a great price. And I don't think he listens to the podcast. It would be terrible to ruin the surprise, but when I do make my first $1 million, I'm giving it back to him for free. Because the car has only had 2 owners, his uncle and him. So when his uncle passed, it went to him. And then COVID, I got it right after COVID.
Yeah.
COVID really fucked him over, and he had kids and a dog and stuff. So I'm just like, I could tell he really, really, really was more prominent about making sure that it went to someone who really loved it and wanted it for what it was and wasn't going to change what it was.
Oh, I love that story.
Yeah. So I want to make sure that it goes back to him because that's what he loved about it, was that it was exactly what it was. And he was passionate about making sure it went to someone who wanted it, which was me. And I'm like, that's how I sell things too, is it's like passion over money. It's horrible to live that way. I know, but
I don't care. I'm an artist.
Yeah,
passion over money.
Exactly. So that's the story of Lizard. She'll be all over my Instagram when I'm back from New Orleans. Out of curiosities, can girls get lap dances too? I'm afraid to ask, but I want to try the experience. I get why you're scared to ask. We're scared to ask you guys. We are like horrible. Legit. Oh my God.
100%. I'm so scared to approach women.
Yeah. And like, yes, I find that the alternative girls definitely are targeted more for the women.
Yeah.
Freaky. Love it. I find it's far easier to talk to a woman. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Especially when they're shy, because you can be playful about it. You can ask them how far away you want to be and everything.
Yeah.
And
I usually ask them what kind of dance they want to even do. Like sometimes it's, you want me to dance on you, or do you want to learn something? Because I love couples for this. I'll take a couple and I had a couple in shade at the party room, and I had him sit down, and she was on one knee and I was on the other, and we mirrored a routine for them to go home and do.
Adorable. Yeah. Love that. No, we love dancing on women.
Yeah.
It happens a lot, especially on amateur night. Don't be afraid to ask. Absolutely not. As long as you're not grabbing a girl who's talking to someone and spinning them around. Never do that. Yes. But when they come near you, or when they're on stage, like last night, I hear it a lot on stage, like, I want to dance. Me and my boyfriend want to dance from you. We'll come right to you.
Absolutely. As soon as I get dressed and come downstairs, I'll come straight find you. Just please don't get up.
Yeah. No one ever says no to money, you know?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Feel free to ask. We are not scared. Some girls definitely, it makes them uncomfortable, but I think that's their secret bi side that they need to get out.
I think
big bugly. Oh, I'm so big. The last question. What?
Oh, this should be good.
Bugly, did you fart? Oh my God.
Is that that's his mouth, I'm pretty sure.
My mouth stinks too.
Yeah.
Would you rather have a giant raven or a talking dog? Like a puppy-sized raven would be adorable. Like when I could pick up and actually hug, because that was the hardest part about having a raven, was that I could pick them up, but like their bones are so fragile. Like I just want to hug.
You couldn't
give them a good squeeze.
Because the ravens talk too, right?
Oh yeah.
I would absolutely take a raven over a puppy, because like that's crazy.
We very much appreciate those questions, guys. Thank you so much for asking them.
Thank you so much.
That being said, we're going to go head to work and watch 3 Tits. And that also being said, this will lead to the first episode of About Last Night, because that's what we're going to be talking about later when we're fucking cranked.
Yep.
So have a great night. Stay safe.
One last cheers.
And tip your dancers.
Tip your dancers, ladies. And gents.
Thanks. Bye.